I'm Viggy Kumaresan, and in this video I'll be talking about the work I did for Project 3 in my cloud computing class. So far I've gotten some experience with AWS as well as GCP, but I really hadn't used Azure, Microsoft Azure before, so I wanted to get some kind of experience playing around with that. I found this lab that allows you to basically use their text analytics API along with some Azure functions as well as the Azure Q storage, and basically allow you to build a service that utilizes the API in order to get the sentiment of text messages. So I'll walk through kind of some of the work and the inner workings of that. Here we have the Azure function setup. In this function we have an index as well as the actual function JSON file, since this is written in JavaScript. And so here it's essentially given a certain document array, it'll pass it to the text analytics API, and for that original message and the sentiment that we get from it, if it's above 0.8, it'll say that there's a positive message, less than 0.3 it'll be negative, otherwise it's neutral. And this is kind of a walkthrough the queue that happens later on, but we can also test this here by just saying a message like I'm feeling great and run that through. And here we can say for that document I had port 0.9, so that'll be processed as a positive message that had arrived. And so typically kind of with the workflow of this application, we had it so that you can upload messages to a queue and then it'll be automatically sorted into one of those. So I'll show that here. So in the Storage Explorer, you can see we have queues, and typically you would add a new message to this new feedback. And once it's processed by the API and labeled, we have anchors in place so that a positive message will go here. As you can see, our I'm feeling great message was sent, or you'll have a neutral, or you'll have a negative. And so those anchor hooks are built into the JSON file itself. If we go back to the function, you can also see this in the monitoring page, where you basically have all of the different function calls that were made. And that one hasn't finished yet, but we'll go look at this one. So again, for the same kind of idea, the log output, the sentiment score, positive message arrived for the message I'm feeling great. So overall, it's a cool way to look at the API. There's some other things that we can do as well, like detecting language, entities, key phrases. This is the example page for the API, but it's cool to play around with Azure, get used to the interface, and kind of use different functions like the queue storage as well as the text analytics API. Thanks for watching.